This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today.
Farming today requires constant adjustment, innovation, and the right seed, and you'll find that with Pioneer Seed at Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. With the most advanced technologies and local experts, Dakota Seed and Service share in your hard work on the farm, adapting to an ever-changing industry. When you need the right seed, protection, and service, make it Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at GoTanagers.com. While you're there, check out Team Apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information and sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and go Tanagers.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
When it comes to advertising, reaching the right market while giving back to the school is just plain right. If you're looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Heath Nimke today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer, Merce Appliance, downtown Vermillion.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car. Deer and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Timeouts are more than just a break. They're an opportunity. At Blueton Design and Marketing, we help small town businesses shine, just like your team on game day. From creative branding to digital marketing, we're here to support your community. Let's build something great together. Visit bluetondesign.com.
Hey kids, it's never too early to start planning for your future. Did you know Masaba provides scholarships and tuition assistance? They are committed to your success, offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at masabainc.com/careers. When I grow up, I want to work at Masaba.
Masaba Manufacturing. Unlock your future and rock with us.
Midwest Ready Mix Equipment is your locally owned and operated ready mix company. Their specialty, 6x6 front discharge mixer trucks that allows for better placement of concrete and ease of use. Midwest Ready Mix Equipment offers the highest quality of concrete products and aggregates, and also a full-service dealer for Logon equipment featuring telehandlers, excavators, and ASV track skid loaders for purchase or rent. Midwest Ready Mix Equipment, East Highway 50, Vermillion.
CoreCares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. CoreCares, proudly serving our community.
Jensen Kennels is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dogs. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
The best way to get through winter is to start planning for spring. And Grossenberg has new Honda walk-behind self-propelled mowers in stock. 3 models to choose from, residential up to commercial grade, starting at $900. Each mower features a powerful, reliable Honda GVC 200 engine, cruise control, and roto-stop technology that allows you to step away from the mower without stopping the engine. Get ready for spring with a new Honda mower from Grossenberg. Stop by one of our 9 locations today or go to grossenberg.com for more details.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Welcome to Dakota PC Warehouse, where our staff aren't just friendly, we're certified nerds with a side of tech genius. Prepare to be awed as we unleash a barrage of geeky charm and unbeatable deals on PCs and HD TVs. And our tech gurus, armed with determination and a questionable assortment of snacks, can fix just about anything. We love technology and making it work for you. Dakota PC Warehouse, because being a nerd is our superpower.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
What's your big picture?
To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan.
To start my own operation.
To drive Grandpa's combine. Right, Grandpa?
If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank & Trust makes managing your farm easier at bankeasy.com.
Life can get pretty busy out there. Daily commutes, carpooling, and then there's that weekend getaway. Cenex is here to keep your vehicle fueled up for those long drives, your pantry stocked for those snack cravings, and the propane grill ready whenever you are. Things can move fast, but with your local Cenex, you can rest assured that everything on your list will get a checkmark, all in a day's work, powered locally at Cenex.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today.
Farming today requires constant adjustment, innovation, and the right seed, and you'll find that with Pioneer Seed at Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. With the most advanced technologies and local experts, Dakota Seed and Service share in your hard work on the farm, adapting to an ever-changing industry. When you need the right seed, protection, and service, make it Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at GoTanagers.com. While you're there, check out Team Apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information and sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and go Tanagers.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
When it comes to advertising, reaching the right market while giving back to the school is just plain right. If you're looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Heath Nimke today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Out here, you'll learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer, Merce Appliance, downtown Vermillion.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car. Deer and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
A week ago, the Vermillion girls played in the Region 4A semifinals, trying to make it to the SODAC 16, playing against one of their arch rivals. Unfortunately, the Vermillion girls were not able to get past the Dakota Valley Panthers and saw their season come to an end. Now, a week later, a couple days postponed because of the weather, it's finally time for the Region 4A boys postseason, and once again, two rivals meet here inside the birdcage. Good evening and welcome to Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live as the Vermillion Tanager boys open up their postseason, taking on the Elk Point Jefferson Huskies. First off, let's go over the quick notes, as we just mentioned a moment ago here in this pregame open, of the weather situation, as you probably have heard as well. We are expecting more weather to move through the area tonight, but we're going to get this game in, and then if the Vermillion boys win, more than likely the game will be at 1 o'clock, or the game will be at 1 o'clock, but more than likely up in Lenox on Saturday would be the Region 4A semifinals. Original schedule was Tuesday and Friday, but because of everything that has shifted around for today and for the past couple of days, there have been some region games that have been played throughout the state of South Dakota for the boys' side, but also the SODAC 16 girls for tonight. Like I said, there's just so much, but the main thing we need to focus is on this game right now, and then 1 o'clock on Saturday, more than likely in Lenox. Barring Lenox doesn't get upset. Now, if Lenox would get upset, Vermillion wins, it would be 1 o'clock right here in the birdcage against Beersford. But again, a lot of different things can change, but for the moment, we're going to focus here on this game. And this is, of course, a rematch that we saw from earlier this season. And this was a game that Vermillion Tanagers not only dominated to start the game, they did not allow the Elk Point Jefferson Huskies to reach double digits in any quarter in that game, getting a very big victory. Now, it doesn't feel like it's going to be the same type of game, or at least according to Jay Drake, who we're going to catch up with later on here in our pregame show with his pregame interview, because he's extremely nervous about this Huskies team. He really thinks this team has hit its cylinders, has hit on all the right pieces, if you will, coming into the postseason, even though they haven't necessarily been winning a lot of games. They finished their season 7-13, but Jay Drake certainly looks at this team as no slouch and knows his guys need to be ready to go. And of course, again, we caught up with Jay on Monday. That hasn't been talking about now the extended break even longer that the Vermillion boys have had, and we look back to this season so far, it feels like Vermillion boys, after the turn of the month of February, the whole entire season feels like came to an end because of so much of spacing. After 3 games in a week, it was basically 1 game a week, and then even the final week of the season against Parker and Canton, it wasn't a lot of meaningful basketball. So it's going to be interesting to see how these boys respond to the competition tonight, and also then all of a sudden the quick turnaround to get ready for Lenox if they play Lenox on Saturday. Like I said, this is a jam-packed pregame show coming up. I'm Heath Nimke. Cole Larsch and Spencer Buley are coming up next. They're going to break down what's all going on across the state. As I just mentioned, all the Region 4A is playing tonight for the first round of the region, as all games were postponed on Tuesday to tonight. And we'll also take a look at what other boys' games have been played, what other boys' games are coming up. And as I also mentioned, for a lot of the state of South Dakota, they're looking at girls basketball because the SODAC 16 is also going on, with some games that are already in play. In fact, are getting close to wrapping up. They're going to have a little bit more of a breakdown on the SODAC 16 for both A and B, what's coming up for Double A tomorrow, and what teams are headed to the state tournaments. That's coming up next here on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV.
Timeouts are more than just a break. They're an opportunity. At Blue 10 Design and Marketing, we help small town businesses shine, just like your team on game day. From creative branding to digital marketing, we're here to support your community. Let's build something great together. Visit blue10design.com.
Hey kids, it's never too early to start planning for your future. Did you know Masaba provides scholarships and tuition assistance? They are committed to your success, offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at masabainc.com/careers. When I grow up, I want to work at Masaba.
Masaba Manufacturing. Unlock your future and rock with us.
Midwest Ready Mix Equipment is your locally owned and operated ready mix company. Their specialty, 6x6 front discharge mixer trucks that allows for better placement of concrete and ease of use. Midwest Ready Mix Equipment offers the highest quality of concrete products and aggregates, and also a full-service dealer for Logon equipment featuring telehandlers, excavators, and ASV track skid loaders for purchase or rent. Midwest Ready Mix Equipment, East Highway 50, Vermillion.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
It is the Vermillion Tanagers Live pregame show here on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV. Thanks for tuning in. Vermillion Tanagers, Elk Point Jefferson Huskies coming up on the way here in about 25 minutes, as you can see there on your screen. I'm Cole Larsch. I'll be joined in a while there for Spencer Buley. Spencer just rolled in here a couple minutes ago. Got a Qdoba burrito in front of him. Track practice, he said, ran a little bit long, so he'll be stuck with me for a majority of this pregame show. Again, pregame clock says about 25 minutes left. We were scheduled for a 7 o'clock tip-off here inside the birdcage between the Vermillion Tanagers and the Elk Point Jefferson Huskies. Again, if you're wondering, yes, this game was supposed to be played back on Tuesday. Weather came in, they pushed it back a little bit. They moved it to today. The winner of this game will move on to the second round of the Region 4A playoffs, which will be Saturday at 1 p.m. And barring the upset of a century, the Lennox Orioles will be the host of that game, no matter who wins in this one, as they are the number 2 seed. As we take a look at the Region 4A bracket so far, we have already had one game go final so far today. Dakota Valley defeated Beresford 84-77. Logan Collette tossed in 40 points in the win. Again, that game started at 3:30, so already been done. Dakota Valley will take on Sioux Falls Christian in Sioux Falls on Saturday. Again, that'll also be a 1 o'clock tip-off. As you see it there, the winner of this game and the winner of the Lennox and Canton game will move on to play on Saturday. Let's take a look at these two teams, how each team got here. First for the visiting Elk Point Jefferson Huskies. You look at their overall record, 7-13. They score just shy of 44 points a game. They allow 53 points a game on the money. And we'll get to Jay Drake here in a little bit, but the beginning of the season it was, well, a little bit up and down. Not quite a few downs in there as well. Got wins over Canton and Parker early. Losses to Madison, Sioux Falls Christian, Sergeant Bluff, Weston Springs, and Viborg Hurley. Del Rapids and Wagner getting wins against Canastota and Ponca, Nebraska. And then they lost to the Vermillion Tanagers back on January the 21st. It was a 59-25 win for the Vermillion Tanagers. 3 in double figures for Vermillion. Gabe Larson led scoring with 13 points. Landon Cerny finished with 11. Luke Jensen finished with 10. Highest scorer for the EPJ Huskies, Ben Prouty, he finished with 6 points to lead the way. They did not score more than double digits in any quarter, did the EPJ Huskies. After that loss, they got 2 back-to-back wins over Akron, Westfield, and Tri-Valley before losing 5 out of their last 6 games to Millbank, Lennox, Dakota Valley, Centerville, and West Central. They picked up a win against 12-8 Beresford, 56-46. Again, that brings us to today, where Vermillion comes in 17-3 here inside the birdcage. Again, we know how Vermillion's got here. There was a couple losses early. They went down 8-3. Since then, have not taken a loss. Their last loss was against Sioux Falls Christian back on the 23rd. It was 2 days after the EPJ decision, 59-25. Again, that score was 74-61 here inside the birdcage. And bring in Spencer Buley here for a moment as he has paused eating his Qdoba burrito. Thank you very much for that, Spencer.
Absolutely. Cole couldn't leave you hanging totally.
We look back at that Sioux Falls Christian game, and they had taken their second loss in a span of 3 games. They lost to Lennox pretty badly by 22. They defeated Elk Point Jefferson, then lost to Sioux Falls Christian by 13, but it seemed like spirits were very high after that Sioux Falls Christian loss, as it was a completely different manner in which they lost. They kept up with them. Essentially, it was about a 7 to 9 point loss if you take away those buckets at the end. And ever since then, they've been riding that high throughout the entire end of the season.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a tough stretch for them, taking, again, that loss to Lennox. But, I mean, they rebounded very well, and they just played a great game against Sioux Falls Christian. There's no way around it. I mean, the Tanagers came out, they shot well, and I think that it really sparked a bit of competitiveness within them to know that, hey, this is a great team that just came into our building, and we hung right there with them. We are at this level to compete with teams like that. I think that was the biggest takeaway for them, and I think that's why they've done so well in the back half of the season, is I think they just have a little bit more confidence coming into every game, knowing that they can beat anybody that they go up against, and not only that, but they can beat them bad. And I think that's why you see a lot on the back half of their schedule. Some of the opponents they beat by a lot, and they shot the ball very well. And I expect them to keep riding that out, especially as we get into region here. I think that the tension's going to be even a little bit higher, a little bit more energy after having this game moved, kind of just eager and antsy all week. So I'm excited to see how all that from the back half of the season carries into this match.
Again, it was a 74-61 loss to Sioux Falls Christian. 9 wins in a row, the closest game being 4 points and a 57-53 win to Del Rapids. Other than that, all of them have been by double figures or more. Crow Creek, Sturgis, Beresford, Groton, Dakota Valley, Ponca, Nebraska, Canton, and Parker all have been the wins. Again, this game was scheduled originally to play on Tuesday. We talked with Jay Draker. Heath Nimke caught up with him back on Monday already for our pregame interview. It's going to be a little bit interesting, as a couple things that he noted in there as well is this is an EPJ team. You look at their last couple of games, again, they lost 5 of their last 6, but they've seemed to be doing quite a bit of the little things right as they started ramping closer and closer to this playoffs. And, of course, it's the DAC-12 and it's Region 4A. You never know. I mean, anybody could win this game at any point. As now, with about 19 minutes left on the pregame clock, the band starts to file in, fans start to pile in. Just finally glad that we're able to get this game in here today, trying to beat the snowstorm coming tonight.
Yeah, Cole. I mean, I think going back to your earlier points about Elk Point Jefferson coming into this game, losing 5 out of their last 6, I think that I hope we're due for a great game, but at the same time, I mean, I think this is one that Vermillion should take care of. But Elk Point Jefferson, the biggest battle that they're going to have to fight is probably mentality-wise, because losing the last 5 out of your 6, it's just not comfortable. It's not comfortable going into region play. But with that being said, if this team can, collectively kind of wipe that out of their memory and realize that they're the underdogs in this and they have nothing to lose, Cole, you pointed out they've been doing a lot of the little things right. I think if you carry on with that and you just kind of lessen the restraints of feeling, tied up and worried or anxious about losing, so many games towards the back half of your season, kind of feeling like, I don't know where we're at as a team. Just forget all that. This is playoffs. Like you said, anything can happen. If they come in here with that mentality, Cole, we could have a really good game on our hands.
Again, we flip it back over to the Vermillion Tanager side. Jay Drake says this in his pregame interview, but I'm just going to spoil it and say it now. This is his 17th season as the Vermillion Tanagers head coach. 17-3 regular season record is tied for the second best he has ever had. Had a team at 20-0, now the second team at 17-3, and he said pretty close to 3 or 4 at 15-5 to end the regular season. So you take all that into account, overall this has been an extraordinary regular season for Vermillion. We talked about it about the middle of the year, once they took those 2 losses, saying 8-3, all right, you kind of want to win out to get yourself in the 3rd seed, and that's exactly what they did.
Yeah, and I think, Cole, I've been here, 3 years working, and, in and out of Vermillion Tanagers games wasn't always my primary location, but I think this is the best Tanagers team that I've seen for sure since I've been here at USD. I mean, this is a really, really talented team, and it's just a lot of natural talent too. I mean, you can't teach. You can teach form, and you can teach some execution in the offense, but this team can just shoot the ball like nobody's business. They're one of the best shooting teams that I've seen being around Live Ticket, being in the high school basketball scene these last 3 years. This is such a solid team.
As you can hear, the pride of Vermillion, the Vermillion High School pep band. Pregame clock shows 16:30, but they've got a script they're going to follow, and they are going to get to it. Again, this is the boys' playoffs. We have already seen some games be played already so far today. Again, Dakota Valley got the win over Beersford, 84-77. Del Rapids leads Tri-Valley, 38-14 at the end of the first half. And Baltic leads Garrettson, 24-16. With 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. 2 more games being played in Class A today. Lennox hosts Canton, and McCook Central Montrose hosts Parker again. All those games were supposed to be played on Tuesday. Some of them out west did. Some of them moved into Thursday today, but again, there's also girls Sodak 16 being played today all over the state in Class B and Class A. So a lot of schools have elected to play these region games on Friday, with the winner playing on Saturday. As we take a quick look over at the girls Sodak 16, Makpia Luta defeats Flandreau 62-27. And Sioux Valley leads Miller 13-10 just before the end of the first quarter. Again, Joe Van Gore and Charlie Preen up there on the call as they're playing up in Madison. In Class B, none of the games have started quite yet. The first game is scheduled to start at 6 p.m. As they're just winding down, the pregame clock is about to show 15 minutes. The buzzer will sound, and the teams will take the court. EPJ comes in 7-13. They currently sit 6th again in Region 4A, number 39 in Class A, 44 points a game. They allow 53. For the Vermillion Tanagers, it is 17-3. Finished the regular season for them. They received votes in the latest media poll. They currently sit 7th in the entirety of Class A, according to seed points. Again, they're number 3 in Region 4. They score 66 points. They allow 48 points. In 14 and a half minutes, these two teams will face off for the second time so far this season. Again, back on January 21st, it was a 59-25 victory for the Vermillion Tanagers down in Elk Point. That's going to wrap it up here for myself and Spencer Buley on the pregame show. We're going to step aside. When we come back, Heath Nemke caught up with, again, 17th year head coach Jay Drake ahead of this ball game. He gives his notes on some of his last games and a mention to weather that he says is upcoming, even though, again, the interview was recorded on Monday. The weather came in on Tuesday. That is all on the way next here on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club
Stay
Press
at home
Box.
by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. Core Cares, proudly serving our community.
Jensen Kennels is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dog. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
It's the pregame show here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live. I'm Heath Nimke, as it's time to get to our coach's interview with head coach Jay Drake. After his group picked up another victory on Friday night against the Parker Pheasants, they finished their season at an overall 17-3, finishing with 44.15 seed points, as we heard earlier, but still not good enough to finish in second place, as Lennox finished at their overall season of 16-4, but second within the region. But again, a good season for the Vermillion Tanagers. And as we caught up with head coach Jay Drake, we now look forward to the postseason. And I was talking to him earlier yesterday about what it takes for his group to get a victory over Elk Point Jefferson, what this overall season means, and at what he should expect from Elk Point Jefferson when it comes to trying to shut down one of the best players in the state of South Dakota. Here he is on our pregame show. It's head coach of the Vermillion Tanagers, Jay Drake. Coach Drake, it is that time of the year, time to get to postseason basketball as you open up your first game against Elk Point Jefferson. But before we talk about the Huskies coming up, let's look back at the end of the season, as on Friday you picked up a 78-42 victory over the Parker Pheasants. When looking back at this season, you finished 17-3 as a group, good enough for third place within the region and a dangerous team heading into the postseason. What does it mean for your group as you head into the postseason and get ready to take on the Elk Point Jefferson Huskies?
What we told our guys the other night after the Parker game is just from a regular season standpoint, this is my 17th year here, and obviously in the regular season, our 2021 team went 20-0. I think we've had about 5 different teams go 15-5 in the regular season. Our 2017 team with Cooper Williams and AJ Plitzawhite went 17-3, but this kind of, in my time here, matches our second best record in the regular season, and I'm going to guess not a lot of people thought or would have foreseen that for this group. So a good accomplishment, and with all that said, yet here we are, and like any season, you start the postseason, and no matter what you were in the regular season, everybody goes back to 0-0.
You talk about being 17-3, the success of this team. I said it last year that your team making it to the state tournament was a year ahead. This was a team that at the end of the state tournament last year, you said everything returns the same. This team's going back to another state tournament. But that didn't happen. Things did change this off season. And going into it this year, I'd have to agree with you that it's like, hey, this can be a really good basketball team, but... And as you mentioned, 17-3 is a very good season, but let's play devil's advocate, because if you're able to get past Elk Point Jefferson, you have Lennox again in Lennox. It seems like if there's one kryptonite for Jay Drake, it's Dakota Valley. If there's one that he can always cash easy money, it's playing Lennox in Lennox during the postseason. Jay Drake always finds a way to win. Let's just say right now that doesn't happen this year. How much of a letdown was this overall season, being 17-3, but you don't make it out of the region?
Yeah, one, I hope we get that opportunity, to be able to, because if we get the opportunity, that means we're able to get by our first-round opponent and stuff. But, it's the world we live in. We've talked about it a lot over the years. Region 4, we've always felt is and we would argue in debates probably from top to bottom what we feel the best region in Class A basketball within the state. And then, T finally moves out and goes up to Double A. And, just the way with realignment this year, things shook out that, Sioux Falls Christian, who obviously we know just their whole athletic program, doesn't matter what sport it is, but from top to bottom, probably the overall best athletic program in Class A, all sports, and they get moved into your region. So, especially on the boys' side, they are, and they've proven it this year. They're kind of been in their own category as a boys' basketball team and kind of the team everyone's gunning for. And when you have that, I think it was a battle all regular season long for us, Lennox, Dakota Valley. You're trying to give yourself a fighting chance, and you're trying to stay out of that 4 seed. Not that things can't happen, but you're putting yourself in a very tough position if you land in that 4 or 5 spot, maybe having to see a Sioux Falls Christian in the second round. So it is what it is. We really feel that we have some really good basketball teams, some of the better teams in Class A just here in our region. And yet the way the whole playoff system works here, there's going to be some good basketball teams that don't even see the SODAC 16.
When we get ready for the first round of the postseason, Elk Point, Jefferson, I can just tell it in your tone. I've been interviewing you. I've been talking to you. We have a really good friendship. You feel really hesitant about this game against Elk Point, Jefferson. And the first time you saw them, Jay, I think this had to be probably a first in your career. You did not allow them to score in double digits in any quarter. 4 quarters, 5, 6, 7, and 7 is what you did from them against them in game 1. And now they have to come to the birdcage. And, of course, it's postseason basketball. Your group is going to be ready. We know that. So why are you so hesitant when you speak of the Elk Point Jefferson Huskies like this is going to be an absolute dogfight in the birdcage? What's on your mind as a coach?
Yeah, I think anytime you get in the postseason, number one, the level, the mental and physical focus you have to have goes up a couple notches. We've had our battles over the years. It's a rival from down the road. It's a conference rival as well. Coach Haveman's he's done a really good job this year, taking over. And I think anytime you get a new coach, it just takes time with the coaching staff and the players to adjust to the way everything's going to be done, new terminology, all that stuff. And I think the second half of the year they've had some really good games. They beat a Ponca team that we were in a dogfight with a week ago. They played at Lennox here late in the year, and it's a 36-36 ball game midway through the third quarter. They end up losing by 9, I believe, but giving themselves a chance. They're really solid defensively, and when they get into their half-court offense, they've got good discipline and they run it well. And so, the first time we played them, we were coming off our Lennox loss, and that was probably our poorest game of the year, the Lennox game, just the way it went and our performance. And I think we were really locked in that next game against EPJ. We played well. The Fairbanks kid that you could argue is maybe EPJ's best player did not play in the game against us. He was sick that night. So it's going to look totally different. I'm sure they're going to try to shorten up the game a little bit. And like anything, when you're playing in the postseason in one-game scenarios, one-game situations where it's one and done, a lot of things can happen. And, we've even been proof of that just as recently as 2 years ago when we won a 2-7 matchup at Lennox. So our guys got to be ready to go. We got to understand we had a nice regular season, like you said, at 17-3. I think EPJ was 7-13, but when you have two teams that are 0-0 on Tuesday night, and now it doesn't matter what you did in the regular season, it's who's the better basketball team on Tuesday, March 4th, from basically 7 to 8:30, and our goal is to try to be the better team at that point.
Well, I think a lot of, if you look at coaches from within this region, I talk to a lot of them, and I always hear one of the same things is we got to shut down Trey Hansen. He's a baller. We know what he's capable of doing. And if I'm a head coach within this region, when we go to postseason, that's going to be my main target. I'm going to say, beat me, Jay Drake, with somebody else. I don't care who. I will even spot you 20 points for Hansen, and I need to figure out any other way to make sure my offense is going and we limit him to 20 points. And I know you as a coach are thinking the same thing. So how is your game plan for coaches that want to shut down Trey Hansen? And what's the game plan to get the rest of this crew scoring? Because we know they can, and they can put up a lot of points in a hurry.
Yeah, that's our big key, and that's when we're, I think everyone wants to be playing their best basketball at the end of the season as you go into the postseason, and that's our hope. We think we've done some nice things. I think we've won 9 in a row now, so we feel like we're playing decent basketball. But when we're at our best and playing our best, it's everyone doing their part and doing their share. And the nice thing for us is all 5 of our starters have scored in double figures multiple times throughout the year. So to know that you have 5 guys every night that are capable on a given night to go get you to double figures, Spencer off the bench has had a couple games of double figures. So we have to have all guys chipping in. We tell our guys all the time, it's not to put pressure on kids and stuff, and everyone obviously has a little different role within our rotation, but for us to be successful and to have a good night and hopefully keep our season alive, we're going to have everyone chipping in and do their part. And again, that's not to put pressure on them, and they've got to deliver on both ends of the floor. And when if we play 7 in our rotation, they're not all going to have their best game every night, but if we at the end of the night have 5, 6 guys, we say, hey, they chipped in, did their part. Maybe this guy struggled a little bit, but we can survive doing that. But we've had games though this year too, where you look at back at the end of the night, and like, geez, we just, these guys didn't perform here, we didn't get enough here, and then you're struggling and you're fighting for your lives. So, got to have kids step up, do their part, and if that happens, we feel we're a good basketball team.
Well, I know on paper, technically, you can still play another home game for this postseason, but we're going to assume this is the end of the road. We're going to assume we know how the other game is going to go for tonight. What does it mean to play one final game in the birdcage, to at least host a playoff game, and to enjoy the moment with this group?
Yeah, I think you're right. For our seniors, it would be a huge, huge upset for Canton to get Lennox. So we're hoping our season's extended and that we can get by on Tuesday night and get to the second round. But probably win or lose, it's going to be our seniors' last game in their gym, and a lot of good memories in there, I'm sure, for them. We feel like we have a good following from our crowd and our community, and obviously the atmosphere in there, and not a huge gym, so it can get loud, and just fortunate that we get to play in a gym and where we're at in this community, and the support we get from everyone.
Once again, that is head coach Jay Drake here on our pregame show, talking about what it takes for his group to get the victory over the Elk Point Jefferson Huskies. Again, looking at this rematch from earlier this season, the Vermillion Tanagers got a nice victory, 59-25. Again, if you do not remember that game, it was basically at running clock by halftime. It was 36-11 at halftime. Vermillion, again, would bring out their second team really, kind of start that third quarter shortly after the start of the third quarter and just make sure they rolled to a victory from there. But as we heard in this interview, Jay Drake does not necessarily think it's going to be that way it was the first time, the way it is going to be tonight. And we're about to find out the way it's going to go for this evening between the Elk Point Jefferson Huskies and the Vermillion Tanagers. It is the first round of the Region 4A playoffs here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live. I'm Heath Nimke. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, it's time for game time between the Huskies and the Tanagers right here on Live Ticket TV.
The best way to get through winter is to start planning for spring. And Grossenberg has new Honda walk-behind self-propelled mowers in stock. 3 models to choose from, residential up to commercial grade, starting at $900. Each mower features a powerful, reliable Honda GVC 200 engine, cruise control, and roto-stop technology that allows you to step away from the mower without stopping the engine. Get ready for spring with a new Honda mower from Grossenberg. Stop by one of our 9 locations today or go to grossenberg.com for more details.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Welcome to Dakota PC Warehouse, where our staff aren't just friendly, we're certified nerds with a side of tech genius. Prepare to be awed as we unleash a barrage of geeky charm and unbeatable deals on PCs and HD TVs. And our tech gurus, armed with determination and a questionable assortment of snacks, can fix just about anything. We love technology and making it work for you. Dakota PC Warehouse, because being a nerd is our superpower.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back to the Birdcage. Vermillion Tanagers live ticket TV, Region 4A quarterfinals on the boys' side of things here tonight. First of all, the number 6 Elk Point Jefferson Huskies, they will take on the number 3 Vermillion Tanagers. First, the starting lineups for the visiting team on the scoreboard, the Huskies of Elk Point Jefferson. Starting to guard a 6'1 freshman number 3, Aiden Hammett, 6.5 points, 4 rebounds, a contest. At guard, a 6' senior number 20, Grayson Gerard, 6 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists a ball game. At forward, a 6'1 senior number 32, Ashton Fairbanks, 7 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists a contest. At forward, a 6'2 senior number 34, Landon Johnson, 9 points, 6 rebounds, a ball game. And a 5'9 senior guard, number 55, Chase Swanson, averages double figures, 10 points a ball game. Gary Nebel, Zach Running, and Mac Van Camp. The assistant coaches, the head coach is Joel Havman. EPJ scores 44 points a game. They allow 53. Starting lineups for the Vermillion Tanagers, same 5 we've seen all season. Senior guard, 6 number 12, Landon Cerny, 8 points, 5 rebounds a contest. Guard, a 6'3 senior, number 24, Carter Hansen, 12.5 points, 6.5 rebounds, 3 assists a contest. At forward, a 6'5 sophomore, number 30, Luke Jensen, 12 points, 4 rebounds a ball game. Guard, a 6'1 junior, number 32, Gabe Larson, 6 points, 3.5 rebounds a contest. And number 33, a 6'4 junior guard, Trey Hansen, 19 points, 6.5 rebounds, 4 assists a ball game. He was also recognized as the 7th Tanager all-time to surpass 1,000 career points. John Roovers, Lewis Budmeyer, Connor Rohrig, the assistant coach, is the head coach in his 17th season, is Jay Drake. 66 points a game, 48 they allow per contest. They come into the ball game 17-3. Lee Taylor, Chad Gordon, and Gary White III are your 3 Zebras here tonight. The ball is up by Lee Taylor, and the tap is won by the Elk Point Jefferson Huskies. They are in their road black uniforms, letters and numbers in blue with white trim going left to right here inside the birdcage. Gerard tries skipping it over to Ashton Fairbanks. It is picked off and stolen away by Gabe Larson. Now the ball is loose and it's stolen the other way. Coast to coast lane is off the mark for Aiden Hammett. Ball is loose. It's going to be out of bounds. Chad Gordon's going to say last touched by EPJ. Quick turnover and possession right back to the Vermillion Tanagers. Again, these two teams last played on January the 21st. It was a 59-25 win for the Vermillion Tanagers there in Elk Point. Tanagers now with possession in a half-court set. Home white uniforms, letters and numbers in red with black trim. Carter Hansen trapped in the corner. Gets it up top to his brother Trey. Trey drives and kicks out. Cerny, the hot hand in the first matchup. He's going to airmail that one. But an offensive rebound by Carter. Put back up. That one's off the mark. No good. And that rebound is going to be controlled by the Huskies and Grayson Gerard. Quickly up ahead the other way. Lay in. That one is good for EPJ and Landon Johnson. First 2 points of the contest for him so far. And it's a 2-0 lead. Quickly the other way, Jensen, he tries to respond with a three. That one's off back iron and no good. Chase Swanson with his first rebound of the ball game. Spencer Buley, my broadcast partner, much faster than the first matchup we saw this season.
Yeah, again, this game being moved back 2 days. Everybody's eager to get going. Everybody wants this game. They're going to get after it here early. We've seen it. Good for Elk Point Jefferson to be able to get on the board first. Cole, I think that's going to be a big key for them, is being able to start hot, because Vermillion obviously outscoring them by more than 20 points per game. Elk Point Jefferson cannot beat them in a track race, so going to have to get out ahead early.
Trey misses the runner. Offensive rebound put back is good by Luke Jensen the other way. Shot up and no good. Gabe Larson with the rebound. Gets it up ahead to Trey Hansen, and Trey is going to be pushed in the drive, and the EPJ student section to my right did not appreciate that call, but going to get it regardless. That foul is going to be on Gerard. First personal foul, first team foul here in the ball game so far. And winner of this game will take on the winner of Lennox and Canton, which is tipped off just now in Lennox High School. Shot up and no good by Carter Hansen. Rebound tipped around. Hammett came up with it. Back to Trey behind the pass to Carter. Got it. First 2 points of the ball game for Carter Hansen. Assist and steal to Trey Hansen. Now, as I'm looking down to record the stats, ball is loose and out of bounds. Turnover, possession, right back to Vermillion.
That's such a big play made there by Trey Hansen, just when it feels like Elk Point Jefferson's getting some momentum, about to go down the floor, maybe put in a bucket, take the lead. Trey comes up with a sneaky steal. He's all over those, especially in the front court, on the inbound, stuff like that. So look for him to keep on creating chaos.
Trey Hansen inside, missed the first shot, but got the offensive rebound, and the putback is good. A 6-2 lead for the Vermillion Tanagers, as now they drop into their 2-2-1 three-quarter court zone press. And now as the ball is loose, Trey Hansen gets to the side of his foot on it. That's a kick violation. So possession will stay back with Elk Point Jefferson. Ashton Fairbanks to throw it in for the Huskies. Hits it into Grayson Gerard, who will walk it up somewhat uncontested up the court. Hammett inside to Johnson. He lost it. Ball is loose. It was picked up by Larson. Second steal by him. Trey responds three right wing. That one's off the mark and no good. Second defensive rebound for Grayson Gerard here in the ball game. EPJ, they want to start to push. Aiden Hammett has it in the corner. Now up top, Chase Swanson has it back at the Tanager logo. Gets the double team, now gets the single coverage. Back over to Aiden Hammett. Right side back to Swanson. 16 to shoot for the Huskies of Elk Point Jefferson again in their road black uniforms. Catch and shoot right wing three. Got it to go. That one was Chase Swanson in that right wing with the assist from Ashton Fairbanks. And just like that, it's 6-5.
Cole, credit the Elk Point Jefferson student section, bringing the energy and making your life hard, especially on that right side. That's a tough vantage point for us.
Travel going to be called on Trey Hansen. We're going to get back here on our Durham's instant replay as he just drugged that back foot there. Good call by our official. Yeah, but anything right elbow and further into the corner is about 40% visibility at the best. So I'm going to see what I can do. Maybe I have to stand the whole game. I can do that, no problem. Aiden Hammett, left corner three. That one's off the mark and no good. That would have made the student section even more electric. Quickly up ahead, Carter Hansen, couple dribbles, and the up and under lay-in is good. Back to a 3-point lead for the Vermillion Tanagers, 8-5.
I do love the energy that Elk Point Jefferson has brought, not only from the fan base, but on the court. You can just see how invested they are in this game, how much they want it. Cole, this was kind of what I was referencing in the pregame show, playing with nothing to lose.
Fairbanks drives, rejects the ball screen, and got the shot up to go. 2 points for Ashton Fairbanks. Back to a 1-point game, 8-7. Cerny dishes over to Jensen. On the right side, had it poked away. Now he's got it back right wing. Now to Larson. Three for him, top of the key. That one's off the mark, going to be short. Student section going to let him know about that one. And Gerard with the third rebound of the ball game over halfway through quarter number one.
Some uncharacteristic misses from beyond the arc here for Vermillion, I really think that they're just uncomfortable right now. I don't think they've played a defense in a couple weeks that has flown around as much as Elk Point Jefferson is here so far tonight.
Gerard stuck at the top of the key, gets it over to Johnson. Johnson guarded by Jensen. He's got a free throw line, kicks over right corner three. Aiden Hammett going to be blocked, or did it hit the side of the backboard? One of the two.
Blocked.
Ball goes into the Vermillion Tanagers. Jensen has it. Now to Cerny, now Carter Hansen. Again, that was in the range of maybe 40% visibility. Plus, I'm trying to look down to get stats and names and all kinds of things.
Trey Hansen's got a good closeout on that corner, so that's not his first block from there. He's lanky, and he kind of sits around right on that block, and he'll let you kind of pull up and start to cock for that three-point shot, and he'll get there quick.
As I was going to say, it is March Madness in more ways than one. Obviously, it's playoff time here in basketball all across the country, but madness here. First game in a while, trying to recover from this weather break as well. Jump pass stolen away by Aiden Hammett, his second steal. He lost it, then he got it back. Corner three, no. The Huskies did not take it. Hammett, now he kicks back out. Swanson long, extended to the right wing. He will get it back to the Tanager logo. Elk Point Jefferson will get set up in some offense. 2:17 to play in the first. 16 on the shot clock. Swanson spins. Lost it for a moment. Got it back. Shot up and good. Game high 5 points for Chase Swanson. First lead for Elk Point Jefferson. It's 9-8. 2 minutes to go in the first. Trey Hansen responds with a drive. That one's off the glass and good for two. He's got some words for the double team defenders. And EPJ student section, they want a technical foul right to my right.
I don't know if you're going to get it called that much.
Especially this early in the ball game. Gerard tries skying a pass to Aiden Hammett. Again, Hammett listed at 6'1". Not sure if Victor Wembanyama could have caught that pass. First subs of the ball game belong to the Vermillion Tanagers. Spencer Blanchette and Carson Preister will be the two to check in. Blanchette, 4 points, 2 rebounds a ball game. Preister, 3 points, 2 rebounds a contest as well. That is the extent that Vermillion will go into their bench. EPJ yet to make a substitution. They typically run about a 7, 8, 9-man rotation, depending on the game, have yet to make a substitution here tonight. Blanchette to Cerny, top of the key. Carter Hansen pump fakes a long three. Now he'll drive. He'll spin middle. Couple more dribbles and tries getting a pass to Cerny, and it was nowhere close. Went down to the EPJ administrators area where they're standing down here in the corner right below us. Out of bounds, couple of rare misses and turnovers so far in the first quarter.
Yeah, they just look out of sync right now, and I think that's a pass that Carter Hansen can normally routinely make. It's a great look. Cerny was open.
Gerard left wing three. That one's off the mark and no good. And Carson Preister etches his name in the stat book with a defensive rebound. Tanagers up 1. 70 seconds to play here in quarter number 1. Thanks for tuning in. Vermillion Tanagers live and Live Ticket TV. I'm Cole Larsch alongside me, longtime broadcast partner and USD pole vaulter Spencer Buley. Preister inside, lost his balance. Ball is loose, ball still loose, and now we're going to get a rebounding foul. I believe they're going to get Ashton Fairbanks as him and Carter Hansen kind of got tangled up. That is who they're going to get. First personal foul, just the second team foul of the ball game, both on EPJ and just in the ball game itself. Sub in for, we got blood on the court, so now we're going to get a cleanup crew as they're over there, I believe, cleaning up Carter Hansen. There was a substitution in for Elk Point Jefferson out of that last dead ball. Trying to see if I can get a number for you. Let's try to get some updated scores from around the state of South Dakota. See if we can get that 4A score from up in Lennox. Lennox leads Canton 20-8 with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. So again, barring a upset of the century in South Dakota high school basketball, Lennox will advance to Saturday and host the winner of this game at 1 p.m. on Saturday.
Not really sure who was bleeding. I never saw anybody.
I believe it was Carter Hansen.
Would have been my guess. No one's wrapped up. No one's.
Because he immediately went over to the bench, and I think he just got it wiped up a little bit. Or it might have been the EPJ player that subbed off, which was.
Could have been.
Landon Johnson, who checked off, as Brody Van Rokel checked on. 5'8 sophomore guard, 3 points a contest. He averages coming in. So now that we got that all squared away, under 60 seconds to play in the first quarter, Trey Hansen has it middle. He's going to get fouled. Count the bucket and the foul for Trey Hansen on the continuation. They're going to give Trey the 2 points, and it's the second personal foul on Grayson Gerard and the third team foul. EPJ fans, students, and coaches, especially Joel Havelman, not going to like that call, but they're going to get an explanation.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with the continuation. It was close. It was one of those that's on the bubble. I thought the whistle was blown pretty well before Trey Hansen went into that, last couple of steps shooting motion, but maybe it was later.
40 seconds to play in the first quarter. Trey Hansen with a game-high 7 points on the old-fashioned three-point play. 18 on the shot clock for Chase Swanson and the Huskies, now 15. He'll dribble a couple times over to Fairbanks. He'll take the right wing three. That one's going to be short. Off the mark, no good. Trey Hansen with his third rebound. And now the Tanagers will walk it across and take the last shot here in quarter number 1. Trey Hansen, still no count. Still no count with 10. Now with 9. Gerard guarding him. He's going to take a couple steps inside. Blanchette, right wing three ball. Got it. Spencer Blanchette, 3 points off the bench. 16-9 as the buzzer sounds. EPJ not able to get off a shot. 16-9 your score after 8 minutes of play. Step aside, back with second quarter action from the Birdcage on the way next. Vermillion Tanagers live ticket TV.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back inside the Birdcage. 16-9 the score after one quarter of play. Thanks for tuning in. Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV. I'm Cole Larsch alongside me, my broadcast partner Spencer Buley. Got you covered all season as well as this game here tonight. Carter Hansen from the volleyball 10-foot line is off the mark, no good. But an offensive rebound and putback is good for Gabe Larson. Now the fifth Tanager to get their name on the scoreboard. It is 18-9, the biggest lead of the ball game for the Tanagers. The other way, Landon Johnson drives left baseline. He steps out of bounds. So a turnover and possession back to Vermillion. Just 30 seconds into the second quarter. Spencer Buley, it seemed like EPJ had a really good game plan coming in. It's just they've gone cold on the offensive side as of late.
Yeah, I mean, the offense is going to be the biggest component. They're going to have to play shutout defense because obviously, like we've discussed, they score far less than Vermillion per game and cannot run with them in a game like this as far as the second quarter goes. But Cole, I mean, that three that Spencer Blanchette hit for Vermillion right before the quarter was crucial because that gave Vermillion some breathing room. And I think, unfortunately for EPJ, we're going to see Vermillion start to settle in on offense now as we're seeing score more, pick up the pace on the offensive end.
Including that shot, a 9-0 run for the Vermillion Tanagers here in this late first and now second quarter as they open up the lead 20-9. 6:40 to go, 5 on the shot clock for EPJ. Swanson pulls up right wing, nails it. Chase Swanson with the dribble up three ball. 8 points for him to lead the EPJ Huskies in scoring. And it's back down to a single-digit lead.
It's a big shot from Swanson there just when you feel like you're going under. Swanson able to pick one up. They're going to need a couple more of those and a couple defensive stops. Maybe some momentum here, too.
Ashton Fairbanks with a big block as Gabe Larson tried going inside, and now we're going to get a Are we going to get anything? No,
we just lost the
ball.
ball.
Went over, and officials Chad Gordon kind of looked in, made sure there wasn't anything extra going on. I believe he's checking Landon Johnson for any more blood because he does have that cotton swab in his nose, so I'm sure that's what he was checking for. Trey Hansen dribbles inside. Underhand left-handed layup is off the mark and no good. Aiden Hammett with his second rebound of the contest. EPJ on a modest 3-0 run after that Swanson pull-up three ball, almost at the shot clock buzzer. Fairbanks gets it over to Swanson left wing. Swanson looks around, now kicks over Gerard. Almost top of the key, right side of it. Gerard, couple steps now, a bounce pass outside, and it's way too low for Ashton Fairbanks. Goes into the Tanager bench. Another turnover for EPJ.
And the self-inflicted turnovers are the worst ones. I mean, you can live with somebody making a great play defensively, but it's hard to mentally recover from the self-inflicted turnovers, and that's one thing EPJ is going to have to stay away from because they've got to be as locked in as they can be on the offensive end. Can't have any clouded thoughts.
Jensen, spin move inside. His shot up and no good. Landon Johnson with the rebound. So now Vermillion taking a couple awkward shots and have not gotten them to fall. EPJ, a lot of chances to score. Swanson drives inside his scoop layup. That one's off the mark, no good. Carter Hansen with his second rebound. He's got it coast to coast. Had it poked away from behind, but it falls right into Trey Hansen's hands. He'll take a dribble up three. That one is off the back iron and no good. And the rebound is controlled by Grayson Gerard, his fourth of the ball game. 5 minutes to play in the second quarter. It is 20-12. Have not seen much scoring in the last 2 minutes of this quarter. Gerard tries to reverse the announcer's call, and that one's off the mark, no good. Jensen with the rebound. Up ahead, Cerny back to Jensen, straight away three, rattles in. Luke Jensen, 5 points for him now in the contest. Very balanced scoring for the Tanagers. Trey Hansen with 7, Carter Hansen with 6, Luke Jensen with 5, Blanchette with 3, Gabe Larson with 2, tallies up their total of 23 points. Swanson drives left, contact, lay in, got it to go. First player of all teams in double figures, 10 points for Swanson, and a timeout called by head coach Jay Drake of the Vermillion Tanagers. We'll step aside and take it with him back to the third cage in 30 seconds.
What's your big picture?
To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan.
To start my own operation.
To drive Grandpa's combine. Right, Grandpa?
If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank & Trust makes managing your farm easier at bankeasy.com.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back inside the bird cage. 23-14 out of the 30-second timeout called by head coach Jay Drake. He has 4 of them remaining. Tanagers will have the basketball. Again, in their home white uniforms, going right to left. Trey Hansen rejects the dribble handoff, and he is fouled as he tries to drive. That foul is going to be called on Brody Van Rokel. First personal foul, first team foul of the quarter on EPJ. Just the 4th foul called all game. All 4 of them on the Huskies so far. Fresh shot clock. Tanagers inside. Carter Hansen had a defender come up from behind. Wasn't expecting it. Lost it for a moment. Got it back. Good move off the glass and good for 2. Carter Hansen now 8 points. He is the Tanagers' leading scorer. Huskies and Chase Swanson got to get it across, and it does. He fires a bounce pass over to Brody Van Rokel, who gets it up to Ashton Fairbanks, and the ball is loose, and now we're going to get a loose ball foul. Going to be called on the Vermillion Tanagers. It'll be the first foul on the Tanagers all game. On Trey Hansen, first personal, first team.
Yeah, sometimes when you see, not a lot of fouls called on a defense, you think they're not playing aggressive, but Vermillion's had a number of turnovers this game, so they've just played really, really clean defense. I do think Trey Hansen got a little bit aggressive on that steal. As soon as he came away with it, a lot of EPJ fans were calling for the foul. Surprising to see the baseline judge call it, though.
Lay-in the other way is good for Landon Cerny out of the assist of Carter Hansen. Now a 13-point lead for the Vermillion Tanagers, have almost doubled up the Huskies already in the second quarter. Kick out to Brody Van Rokel for three. That one's off front iron and no good. Cerny with his second rebound of the contest. Over to Trey Hansen. He wants to push it up ahead. Stumbles and bumbles his way up the court. Got bumped by a couple, but got the pass off. Landon Cerny now left wing. He'll drive. Kicks out Carter Hansen. Underhand pass to Luke Jensen right side. Jab step three ball. Got it to go. Luke Jensen, 8 points, 6 of them from deep. And now a timeout called by head coach Joel Havman of the EPJ Huskies. It'll be a 60-second timeout. We'll step aside and take it with him back to the birdcage in a minute.
Life can get pretty busy out there. Daily commutes, carpooling, and then there's that weekend getaway. Cenex is here to keep your vehicle fueled up for those long drives, your pantry stocked for those snack cravings, and the propane grill ready whenever you are. Things can move fast, but with your local Cenex, you can rest assured that everything on your list will get a check mark, all in a day's work, powered locally at Cenex.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back inside the birdcage. Tanagers with a 16-point lead out of the Elk Point and Jefferson timeout. But EPJ will start with the basketball. Good move inside. Shot up and good by Grayson Gerard. What a pass by Ashton Fairbanks to find him in there. And they're going to try to get a little bit of offensive momentum. Maybe get a couple defensive stops as Jensen can't get that one to fall. It's going to be short, no good. Brody Van Rokel gets his name in the stat book with his first defensive rebound. 2:12 to play here in the second quarter. Chase Swanson, pull-up shot almost out of bounds on the baseline. Got it to go. 12 points now for Chase Swanson, a modest 4-0 lead for the Vermillion Tanager, 4-0 run for the Elk Point Jefferson Huskies. Trey Hansen drives, puts the knee up. Good charge taken that time by big Landon Johnson. We're going to watch it back on our instant replay. Feet are set. Knee goes up by Trey Hansen. Textbook offensive foul call right there by our officials. Second personal foul on Trey Hansen, the second team foul of the quarter, second team foul of the ball game as well.
Did I just see Trey Hansen try and throw one down over a body? My Lord, that boy, my man's got some confidence.
Yeah,
that's just the way this Tanagers team is playing, though, recently. I mean, they have every bit of confidence in the world. That was special. That's something I've never seen out of Trey Hansen before.
Ashton Fairbanks responds, drives right, lay-in is good. 6-0 run now for the Huskies. Tanagers trying to respond, only now up 10 here in the second quarter with 1:23 to go. Trey, floater, got it. Trey Hansen, a modest 9 points for him. He is the Tanagers' leading scorer so far. Trey with 9, Carter and Jensen with 8 apiece. They're in the ball game for the Vermillion Tanagers. 70 seconds to play in half number one. Van Rokel shot up, wild shot. That one's off the mark and no good. Jensen gets the rebounds as it falls into his lap. Carter Hansen will bring it across. Hand off to Blanchette. Cerny, hot pass, lost it for a moment. Now gets it over to Trey. He'll drive right, floater, off back iron and no good. And the rebound is controlled by Landon Johnson. 44 seconds to play in half number one. Swanson dribbles it across. He will reject the ball screen. Got an ISO. Jump stop inside. Step through. Lay in. No. Contact. No whistle. Carter Hansen goes down. He grabs at his lower leg. He will get up and try to limp it across. Trey Hansen will slow things up as the shot clock is now off for the Vermillion Tanagers. Carter limping pretty heavily on that left leg, but he's going to try to tough it out just to get it to halftime. Trey Hansen still no count. Now he's got one. Tells Carter to clear off. He's got it back in the logo with 7. Now with 6. Trey in the corner. Blanchette for 3. Off the iron and no good. High rebound controlled by Gerard, and the buzzer sounds before he gets the shot off. No, he doesn't even take the shot. After 16 minutes of play, it is 32-20 in favor of the Vermillion Tanagers. We're going to step aside when we come back. First half stats and analysis, scores from around the state of South Dakota on the boys and girls side of things. That is all on the way next on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today.
Farming today requires constant adjustment, innovation, and the right seed, and you'll find that with Pioneer Seed at Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. With the most advanced technologies and local experts, Dakota Seed and Service share in your hard work on the farm, adapting to an ever-changing industry. When you need the right seed, protection, and service, make it Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at GoTanagers.com. While you're there, check out Team Apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information and sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and go Tanagers!
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome, Matt. Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV, your home for all things Tanager athletics. Quite the halftime events we have for you. It was a presentation of all the place winners at the state wrestling meet for the Vermillion Tanagers, as well as a performance by the Winter Guard here at halftime. First 16 minutes of basketball play here inside the birdcage, a 32-20 lead for the Vermillion Tanagers. Leading scorer for the EPJ Huskies, 12 points for Chase Swanson, as well as a rebound. 4 for Ashton Fairbanks, an assist, a steal, and a block. Landon Johnson with 2 and 2 rebounds. Grayson Gerard with 2 and 5 rebounds. Aiden Hammett with 2 rebounds and 2 steals as well in that first half. They did not attempt a free throw. They scored 9 in the first, 11 in the second quarter for their total of 20 points. For the Vermillion Tanagers, 32 points. Leading scorer Trey Hansen, 9 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and a block. Also had the only 2 Vermillion Tanager fouls in the ballgame. And that second one, that offensive foul, stuck his knee up, got the defender right in the chest, a textbook charge. Luke Jensen, 8 points, 3 rebounds in the ball game. Carter Hansen, 8 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. Spencer Blanchette with 3 points. Landon Cerny with 2 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist. Gabe Larson, 2 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 steals. 1 for 1 from the free throw line were the Tanagers in that first half. They score 16 in each quarter for their total of 32. Again, your halftime score, 32-20. Turn it over to my broadcast partner and South Dakota Coyote pole vaulter, Spencer Buley. Spencer, it was a bit of a dry spell there in that late first quarter, early second quarter for Elk Point and Jefferson, but if you take that away for them, we're looking at a much closer ball game. I mean, they are flying around on every asset of the floor right now.
Yeah, they haven't lost the energy, and that's the biggest component that was the key to their success in that first quarter. I thought they played a really, really solid first quarter, but the difference right now is the 3 ball. I mean, Vermillion kind of started to heat up there. Haven't seen Trey Hansen necessarily explode like we've seen kind of in the back quarter of this season. Still waiting to kind of see that leading scorer really emerge and start to run away with the stat book for Vermillion, as we usually do. Not sure who it's going to be. We might just get a flat-out 7-man team effort tonight. But either way, for EPJ, it's going to come down to the offensive end. I mean, you're just going to have to find a way to put shots in because Vermillion is about on pace to score. Both these teams about on pace to score their average, so we're looking at a 20-point ball game by the end of it. But EPJ is playing not terrible defense. They've done well so far. They're going to have to really hammer closing out on the 3 ball, and then you've got to find a way to cash in a couple of your own if you want to get back in this game.
When you look at that beginning of the second quarter from about the 7-minute mark to about the 4.5-minute mark, it was a dry spell for both teams, but it seemed like both teams locked in a bunch defensively. They just, like you said, couldn't get their open opportunities to score in that stretch. For the Vermillion Tanagers, though, they kind of got out hot, then slowed down a little bit, but like we always hear from every single coach or player we talk to, they want to focus, they want to key in on their defense. Defensively, they've done exactly what they've needed to so far in the ball game. It's just much like EPJ, they've missed some easy chances on the offensive side.
Yeah, they have. I mean, they want to play better for sure. I mean, they want to come in here and score 70+ points. I mean, but this EPJ defense is good. They're a solid defense. They've only allowed 53 points a game. That's an average that you can win games with, and they're playing pretty solid tonight. They're flying around. They're making Vermillion uncomfortable, but I think offensively or defensively, I guess you can help your offense out. Got to find a way to get some turnovers because I think over time, if you can start to chip away, a couple points here and there off of turnovers, you got to just chip away slowly at this lead. It's not going to be some string of a huge run in which you come out here and just start blasting away from beyond the arc. You chip away at it, stay aggressive, stay patient. If the shots fall, the shots fall. If they don't, you can walk out of here saying you gave it everything you had, you played a great game, and you left everything you had out there.
Let's take a look quickly at the Region 4A bracket while we've got a chance here at halftime. Again, one game was already played at 3:30. That's final. Dakota Valley defeats Beersford 84-77. Lennox leads Canton 45-10 at the end of the first half. And again, Vermillion here leads Elk Point and Jefferson 32-20. Winner of this game, presumably, assuming Lennox can hold on to a 35-point lead, will play up in Lennox Saturday at 1 p.m. Sioux Falls Christian and Dakota Valley will play up in Sioux Falls on Saturday at 1 p.m. We'll look at some other scores from across the state of South Dakota. On the boys' side of things in A, Del Rapids defeats Tri-Valley 58-30. Baltic defeats Garrettson 46-39. And on the B side, Howard leads Chester 33-22 at the half. In the Sodak 16 side of things, on the girls' side, Sioux Falls Christian leads Rapid City Christian 46-26. End of the third quarter again. Makpia-Luta defeated Flandreau earlier today. Sioux Valley leads Miller 49-28 with about 3 minutes to go in that ball game. On the Class B side for girls, Parkston leads Highmore Herald 26-13. And Del Rapids St. Mary leads Northwestern 29-21 with 5 minutes to go left in that ball game. Spencer Buley, we have just shy of a minute before the second half will start. For both these teams, it's about keeping up the energy, keeping up the focus, but ultimately it comes down to how good each team plays defensively. There's a couple stretches there where, like if you're Vermillion, you let Chase Swanson go off for 6 in a row, and if you're EPJ, you let various players go off for 9, 12 in a row on that 9-3 run. So got to lock in defensively, and you're going to give yourself a pretty good chance here in the second half.
All about taking care of the basketball for Vermillion offensively. The shots are going to fall. They've shown it all season. They're such a good basketball team when it comes to shooting from behind the arc. EPJ's got to find a way to disrupt that defensively, try and help their offense out, because we know that on paper especially, this game does not line up well for them when it comes down to just scoring. So got to find a way to start disrupting that offense, come away with a few points here and there, put together some runs of your own.
32-20, your score after 16 minutes of play to begin the second 16 minutes. The Elk Point Jefferson Huskies in their road black uniforms, letters and numbers in blue with white trim, will start with the basketball here in the birdcage, going right to left. Quick three by Aiden Hammett is off the mark, and the rebound is controlled by Trey Hansen, his fourth, coast-to-coast. Lay in no, and now a blocking foul going to be called, and Trey Hansen will go to the free throw line to shoot the game's second and third free throws. First personal foul on Chase Swanson, and the first team foul again of the second half. Trey, on the season, an 80% free throw shooter. He is now 2 for 2 here tonight. First Tanager as well in double figures. He has 10.
Been impressed with his free throw shooting throughout this whole season. I mean, by a large margin, he's leading this team in number of free throws shot, also leading them in percentage as well. That's an impressive stat for him. It's where he makes a lot of his money.
Again, Trey Hansen, officially the 7th Vermillion Tanager of all time to score 1,000 career points. He was recognized before the game. Coming into the ball game, he had 1,008, meaning right now he has 1,019. Before the steal, it was a timeout called by Joel Havelman. We'll step aside and take it with him. Back to the birdcage in 30 seconds.
When it comes to advertising, reaching the right market while giving back to the school is just plain right. If you're looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Heath Nimke today, and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back to the birdcage, 34-20, 7:20 to play in quarter number 2. EPJ has the basketball out of the Joel Havelman timeout with 5 on the shot clock. Swanson inside, triple team, blocked away by Trey Hansen, second block of the ball game for Trey. Now he's got it left wing. He crosses over, kicks out Landon Cerny. He'll drive left lane. That one's going to be short, no good. And the rebound is controlled by Landon Johnson, his third of the contest. Up ahead, Hammett back to Johnson. Pass to Fairbanks, stolen away by Gabe Larson. Lay in the other way, coast to coast, got it to go. 4 points for Gabe Larson again. Last time these two teams met back on January the 21st, he was the leading scorer for the Tanagers. He had 13 in a 59-25 win against EPJ in Elk Point. Swanson double team, steps through it, gets it over to Gerard. Now bounce pass to Hammett. He lost it at his feet, and it's out of bounds. Last touched by Hammett's feet. Turnover, possession right back to Vermillion. Like we said just before this half started, Spencer, if you're Elk Point and Jefferson, got to take good care of the basketball, got to lock in defensively. They did the second thing pretty well, but not the first.
Yeah, it was all about them having to make turnover to happen, and they've actually been on the opposite side of that, struggling on the offensive end to take care of the ball right now.
Trey Hansen launches a 26-footer, and now we're going to get a rebounding foul called on Vermillion. It's going to go on Carter Hansen. First personal foul, first team foul of the quarter on the Tanagers. It's the third foul all game on Vermillion. Just the 8th foul all game on either squad, so pretty physical both ways, but referees letting them play for the most part.
Yeah, I thought they've done a good job reffing this game. I mean, I always enjoy a game where they let them play, so I'm all for what they've done tonight.
Jensen drives left, partially blocked, but a travel going to be called before he got the shot up. And again, your 3 officials here tonight, Lee Taylor, Chad Gordon, and Gary White III here tonight. The winner of this one will see one of these 3 up in Lenox as one of them got assigned to that game. Again, these officials pre-assigned and, well, I guess pre-contracted throughout the entire playoffs as they continue. As the playoffs go on and on, we get the best of the best. Lay-in by Chase Swanson is up and good. 14 points for Chase Swanson, who came alive in that second quarter. He is leading scoring by a mile for the EPJ Huskies, and now we're going to get a reach-in foul going to be called on Grayson Gerard, his third personal, and the second team foul of the quarter. And Gerard will stay in. And now we're going to get a late call for a substitution. Ben Prouty will come in at the next dead ball. Luke Jensen, good jump fake. Lay-in is good off the glass. Second Tanager in double figures. He has 10. Back up to a 16-point game, and now a backcourt violation as Gerard wasn't quite established in the backcourt before he got the basketball.
That's a good call there. Oak Point Jefferson, man, they've had some opportunities but haven't given themselves many here in this third quarter on the offensive end. Vermillion also has had a lot of opportunities, haven't quite been able to take advantage of this slump for EPJ.
Carter Hansen, three-pointer off the back iron and no good. Ben Prouty, who checked in on that last dead ball, he gets his first rebound of the ball game, first action for him we've seen as well. Just the second substitution that EPJ has made throughout the entire game. Usually throughout the season they've gone an 8 or 9 deep rotation, and now they're just doing a 7-man rotation here tonight so far. Cerny with the defensive rebound to Trey Hansen, up ahead to Gabe Larson, who has 6 points. Third assist for Trey Hansen. 30-second timeout called by Jay Drake. We'll step aside and take it with him. Back to the birdcage in 30.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back to the birdcage. 4.5 minutes to play in the third quarter, which Spencer Buley and I just said has been slowing the pace compared to the first two quarters, but then again, 25 minutes for 16 minutes of basketball is a flaming hot pace, so you'll take them where you can. Carter Hansen kicks a pass that was about 100 miles an hour off his left foot again. That was the same foot or ankle that he got worked on a little bit or got seen at halftime as he rolled it right before half. But Tanager's in there. He's still able to stay in. Now a block by EPJ. Swanson has it. The ball is loose for a second. Now he's picked it back up. Double teamed by the Hansen brothers. Lob pass the other way to Ashton Fairbanks, who will try to back in Luke Jensen. 8-foot pull-up jumper. That one's off the mark and no good. Trey Hansen with his 7th rebound of the contest. Trey crosses the timeline, now right wing, guarded by Ben Prouty. Good crossover move. Pulls up from 14, got hammered from the front and back. But he will shoot 2 free throws. His shot just about fell in.
He's good at finishing through contact, but that would have been an impressive shot for him to make. Just a little too much off the glass, but seen him kind of get back into his bag of drawing a couple fouls here and half number 2, making them count. I mean, again, I think that Vermillion's had just as many opportunities on the offensive end to kind of firmly put this game away and haven't really been able to do so.
Trey Hansen, 12 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks, and a steal. Second free throw is up and good. He is 5 for 5 from the line, and so are the Tanagers so far here tonight. A 20-point lead for Vermillion, 42-22, 3:40 to play in the third quarter. Huskies able to get it across through the 2-2-1 zone pressure applied by the Tanagers. Swanson has it left wing, has it now at the elbow. He's stuck. Good bounce pass inside Johnson, and good finish. Quite the play there between Swanson and Johnson. And now it's a 42-24 ball game.
That was a really good backdoor cut by Landon Johnson to to follow to the near side, moving towards the ball, but then a great finish as well. That's a tough reverse layup through contact.
Carter Hansen had it tied up for a moment with an EPJ Husky, but we're going to get a foul called on Chase Swanson. He's got a little bit of arm there on the near side. Second personal on Swanson. The fourth team foul on the Huskies here in the ball game. So the next one will be bonus with 3:05 to go in the quarter. Trey Hansen inside to Luke Jensen off the glass and good for 2. 12 points for Jensen, 4 assists for Trey, back up to a 20-point lead.
A little bit surprised to still see Carter Hansen in this game right now. I mean, he's definitely favoring that ankle, especially during breaks and play. You can see him when he's moving around. He's limping majorly. I mean, it kind of puts you at risk to injure something else when you're trying to play as competitive of a game as this is. When you're compensating like that, it puts you at a large risk to injure something else, especially in your lower body.
Chase Swanson with the pull-up 3-ball. 17 points now for Swanson out of the team's 27. Speaking of Carter Hansen, he's got it now top of the key. Over to Trey. Again, yeah, you can see that limp growing more and more. Trey from the Iowa State line is off the mark and no good. Landon Cerny with the offensive rebound. 8 on the shot clock as the shot didn't hit anything. Cerny straight away with 5, now with 4. Trey for 3, off back iron, no good. And the rebound is controlled by Ashton Fairbanks.
Been kind of an off night for Trey from beyond the arc. Haven't seen him connect too many times. I mean, especially for the way he's shot the ball recently.
Gerard wide open. He says, all right, you're not going to guard me. I'm going to nail this one. Three-pointer is good for him. Back down to 14 points. This lead, again, at one point was up to 22. Now it's back down to 14 for the Tanagers. Trey chucks one up. That one's off the mark and no good. Landon Johnson with the rebound. Vermillion starting to get a little sloppier on the offensive end. EPJ starting to pick things up a little bit.
Yeah, a little too relaxed on the offensive end. I feel like another possession like that, we're going to get a nice Jay Drake quick timeout, scowl look at his team, but yeah, just playing a little bit too lax on the offensive end right now.
Prouty tries getting up to Fairbanks. The ball was tipped by Larson, but it's out of bounds. Way behind the Vermillion hoop. 10 on the shot clock for EPJ. We got a substitute in for the first time. Nick Schmitz, the 6'2 senior forward, checks in for the first time tonight. EPJ gets it across with 6. Now 5 on the shot clock. Swanson, skip pass. Schmitz for 3, got it at the buzzer. Nick Schmitz was in for about 5 seconds of the ball game. Got the long pass, nailed the 3-ball. 8-0 run. Excuse me, a 10-0 run now for EPJ, as it was a 22-point ball game. Trey Hansen gets his own miss. Shot up and no, but he is fouled once again. Trey Hansen will go back to the free throw line. Again, it's a 9-0 run because it was 44-24, and now it's 44-33. 44 seconds to go in the third quarter. The foul was on Ashton Fairbanks, second personal and the 5th team foul, so Trey's the line shooting free throws regardless. First one is off the mark and no good.
And it's just what you cannot do in region play and playoffs overall, especially in the game of basketball, is fall asleep for even a second, because it doesn't matter who you're playing. As soon as you're in the postseason, crazy stuff happens and teams just come back. That's just the way that it works. I mean, you see Elk Point Jefferson struggle to shoot the ball all night. That's going to turn around at some point, and it's going to happen right when you fall asleep. So got to wake up if you're Vermillion. It's a great job by Trey Hansen going in there, getting his own offensive board, walking away with a point to kill some momentum. But as a team overall, got to pick it up, doing a great job right here.
Shot clock is off now with the Gabe Larson steal, and the Tanagers will realize that, and they will set up for one last shot here in this third quarter. Trey Hansen and Ashton Fairbanks going back and forth. Both of them throwing elbows and throwing bodies, and now an offensive foul going to be called on Trey Hansen. We're going to take another look at it. It's the third personal foul on Trey Hansen as he drew the charge. Did Ashton Fairbanks. Fell right down with it. Spencer, didn't look like a lot of contact, but they were going at it pretty hard back and forth before that.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'll credit Ashton Fairbanks, give the guy an Oscar maybe. Maybe there was a shoulder in there. I'm not sure, but I personally, it felt like everybody knew he was going to draw that the second time.
Hammett inside Fairbanks, floater, no good, and the buzzer will sound. That is how the third quarter of play will end. 45-33 your score after 3 quarters of play. Back to the Birdcage in a minute for the fourth quarter action.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer, Merce Appliance, downtown Vermillion.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car. Deer and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back inside the Birdcage, 45-33. Took a look back on my phone at that last charge play. Again, we've had a couple of those black charges, both on Trey Hansen. The first one, the knee got the defender in the stomach. That one got the shoulder down a little bit as he's trying to dribble past Ashton Fairbanks. And good job drawing the foul by Fairbanks. He knew it right away. That was the third personal on Trey. Tanagers start with the basketball to start off the fourth quarter, going left to right. Another empty possession for the Vermillion Tanagers. Again, at one point this game was 44-24 with 2:15 to go in the quarter. Since then, only a free throw for Vermillion.
And you got a lot of energy on the side of Elk Point Jefferson. This can be a dangerous team if they keep shooting like they were to end quarter 3.
Swanson gets the offensive rebound. Shot is up and good. 19 points for the 5'9 senior guard. We are back down to 10, 45-35.
A huge rebound from Swanson. Cole, that's exactly what I was talking about at halftime, talking about finding a way to put points on the board. If it's not conventional, get an offensive rebound, create a turnover.
Trey, after the missed three, and an offensive rebound by Landon Cerny. He got it back and put it up off the glass. 16 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks, and a steal. The stat line for the 7th member of the 1,000-point club in Vermillion Tanager history. Chase Swanson has it now for the Huskies over to Fairbanks. Now left side, Aiden Hammett. Gets the screen, shuffles his feet, got the shot up to go. Aiden Hammett, first 2 points of the ball game for the 6'1 freshman guard. 47-37, 6:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Trey Hansen gets the screen, stops at the elbow, skips it over to Carter, who again is still in there. Went down with an ankle injury late in that first half. Got it checked out, taped up at halftime. Has not come out since. Trey Hansen shot up and no good. Gabe Larson offensive rebound put back. That one's off the mark, but now Gabe Larson will go to the free throw line. First personal foul on Nick Schmitz. First team foul on EPJ here in the fourth quarter.
Elk Point Jefferson's bought themselves a chance here. They've gotten themselves back in this game. It's going to have to be really sound defense. It's going to take an offensive day that they haven't had much this year. Going to have to score probably upwards of 55, close to 60 points. Got to have a huge fourth quarter, but got to do it defensively before all.
First free throw off the mark as well as the second free throw. Tanager started 6 of 6 from the free throw line, 5 of 5. They are now 6 of 9 in the ball game from the free throw line. Still a 10-point ball game, 47-37 with 5:48 to go in the fourth quarter. Swanson, the hot hand for the Huskies, tries looking inside to Schmitz. He had Jensen posted up, but not going to be able to get it into him. 12 on the shot clock for the Huskies. Swanson pulls up from 16, nails it. Chase Swanson, 21 points. And now a timeout called by head coach Joel Havman of the EPJ Huskies. It'll be a 60-second timeout. We'll step aside and take it with them. Back to the Birdcage in 30 seconds.
They're more than just a break. They're an opportunity. At Blue 10 Design and Marketing, we help small town businesses shine. Just like your team on game day. From creative branding to digital marketing, we're here to support your community. Let's build something great together. Visit bluetindesign.com.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back inside the birdcage, 47-39, 5:31 to play in the third quarter. We take a look at Region 4A with 2 minutes left to go in the game. Lennox leads Canton 66-25, so the winner of this one will travel up to Lennox, 1 o'clock on Saturday. In the girls, Sodak 16, Sioux Falls Christian defeats Rapid City Christian 60-44. Sioux Valley defeats Miller 60-34. In the Sodak 16 on the B side, Del Rapids St. Mary defeats Northwestern 34-29. Tanagers at one point had this ball game 44-24. It is a 15-4 run in the past 4 minutes of basketball for the Elk Point Jefferson Huskies here inside the birdcage. Trey Hansen gets the shot up to go as Ashton Fairbanks trying to draw another charge on Trey. Hit him his fourth personal foul, no whistle that time. And we are back up to 10, 49-39. Gerard trapped in the corner, gets it up to Fairbanks. Over to Swanson, again the hot hand for EPJ. 21 points for the 5'9 senior guard. Swanson makes his move in the middle. Skip pass. Aiden Hammett, left corner three. That one's off the back iron and no good. And the rebound is controlled by Landon Cerny. Sixth rebound by Cerny.
Tell you what, nobody wants this game more right now than Chase Swanson. I mean, he is flying around. He's creating opportunities for his teammates. There he is again.
Gets the defensive steal. Second steal of the ball game. Bounce pass inside. Gerard couldn't get it. Jensen's second steal for him. Tanagers will now slow things up on the offensive side. Trey Hansen to Jensen. Larson in the corner, Landon Cerny. Carter Hansen, left wing. Couple dribbles now behind the back. He'll try to drive left baseline. Now skips it back to the middle. 14-foot throw-up shot is off the mark and no good. Fairbanks with the defensive rebound. Bounce pass to Hammett. He'll make his move. He'll pull up. Shot off the mark, no good. Rebound is loose. It was controlled by Landon Johnson. Was it saved in front of the bench? No, it was not. Goes out of bounds in front of the Husky bench. The ball goes back to Vermillion. Brody Van Rokel will check in for EPJ. Carter Hansen went down once again, had to get helped back up.
Yeah, he's struggling. Looks like he's going to stay on the floor, but again, maybe just a little slow to get up, banged up there.
Sensi rolled his ankle with about 34 seconds to go in the first half. He went and got it taped up. He has not been off the court since. Trey Hansen shot up and no good. Fairbanks with the rebound, and Trey tried to reach it in. That'll be the fourth personal foul on Trey Hansen, the first team foul of the quarter, and just the fifth team foul all ball game so far by the Vermillion Tanagers.
Yeah, he's gotten a little handsy. I mean, he's gotten the offensive fouls as well, but he's going to have to be smart. He's going to have to be careful because this team cannot afford to have Trey Hansen foul out of this ball game. Not only for offense, but for defense just as much.
49-39, 3:35 to play in the Region 4A quarterfinals. Thanks for tuning in. Vermillion Tanagers Live. Live Ticket TV. I'm Cole Larsch alongside me. Broadcast partner Spencer Buley. Producer, color man of many hats over to my left. 10 on the shot clock for the Huskies. Swanson, the hot hand, has it. He'll reject the ball screen. Step back. He'll chuck up a left wing three off the front of the iron and no good. Rebound to Carter Hansen. The EPJ section to our right would have exploded if that one went in.
Yeah, that would have. When he released that, I thought there was a chance for a second, but just a little bit too much to ask out of Chase Swanson. He's gonna have to get some help from his teammates here. He can't be the only one to complete this 10-point comeback.
Trey Hansen over to Carter. Underhand laying through the double team off the mark and no good. Long rebound high in the air to Brody Van Rokel. And now EPJ has it once again with a chance to get it underneath 10. Still 49-39.
I do think that Vermillion is down a scorer right now on the offensive end as well, because that last move by Carter Hansen, you can just tell he's way more concerned about how he's going to land than actually making the shot.
Van Rokel had it poked away from behind. Ball is loose. It's picked up by Trey Hansen. Second steal. Coast to coast for Trey. Lost it. And a foul going to be called on the ground by Ashton Fairbanks. Third personal foul, the second team foul. And now that last EPJ student section chant going to get the EPJ administrators say, knock it off. I don't even think I can quite say what they were saying. I mean, I think I could, but might get some retribution. Is that the right word? I don't even know.
Been there. Everybody's a high schooler at one point. He understands.
Yeah, I think if you're ever in a high school student section, you chanted that at one point in your life. Trey Hansen again with a fresh shot clock for the Tanagers. 2:03 to play, 18 on the shot clock. Trey back at half court. Going to call out an offensive set. 11, now 10, now 9. He'll reject the ball screen. He'll drive, underhand scoop layup, no good. Got the offensive rebound, lost it out of bounds. They're going to say possession will stay with the Vermillion Tanagers. 9th rebound for Trey Hansen, and now a full timeout called by head coach Joel Haveman of the EPJ Huskies. We're going to step aside and take it with them. With 107 ticks to go, back to the birdcage in 60 seconds.
Hey kids, it's never too early to start planning for your future. Did you know Masaba provides scholarships and tuition assistance? They are committed to your success, offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at masabainc.com/careers. When I grow up, I want to work at Masaba.
Masaba Manufacturing. Unlock your future and rock with us.
Midwest Ready Mix Equipment is your locally owned and operated ready mix company. Their specialty, 6x6 front discharge mixer trucks that allows for better placement of concrete and ease of use. Midwest Ready Mix Equipment offers the highest quality of concrete products and aggregates, and also a full-service dealer for Logon equipment featuring telehandlers, excavators, and ASV track skid loaders for purchase or rent. Midwest Ready Mix Equipment, East Highway 50, Vermillion.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back to the birdcage. It is official. Whoever wins this ball game will travel up to Lennox as Lennox gets the 28 victory over the Canton Seahawks. Quick foul out front. Going to be on Fairbanks. 4th personal on him. 3rd team foul, so a couple more to give. And with Tanagers basically just playing keep-away ball, we're going to see a lot of fouls, I'm assuming, here late in this ball game by EPJ. Cerny lobs it into Trey Hansen way back in the backcourt. Back by the other free throw line. I'm going to go grab my chair. It's about 40 feet behind me. Sit back down. Get comfortable for this ending. Trey Hansen closely guarded by Fairbanks, not a Larson. Back to Trey. He's got it at half court. He was bumped. 15 on the shot clock, 1:20 to go in the game. Guarded by Fairbanks once again. Makes his move, drives right, lay-in is good for Trey Hansen. 20 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks, 2 steals. Quick three the other way, Hammett. That one's off the mark and no good. Carter Hansen with the defensive rebound. He'll get a couple dribbles, and now we're going to get a foul called as Carter Hansen was bumped into.
He's lucky that one wasn't called a charge, I will say. I mean, he kind of was just backing into his own space, but it did look like he was kind of intentionally drawing the contact, and just with the nature of the way this game has gone, he's lucky to kind of avoid one there.
Cerny throws it in to Jensen, but it's batted right back into the scorer's table, so really no time goes off. 58.4 to go, 35 on the shot clock. Cerny gets it back. Trey Hansen very closely guarded, and now we're going to get another foul on Brody Van Rokel, 3rd personal. And now we got EPJ students throwing stuff onto the court. I don't think that's going to fly for very much longer. Seemed like a pretty obvious foul call.
Looked like it was thin enough, whatever was thrown, that it didn't quite make it all the way to the floor, which was good.
It was popcorn from this guy right here. So if anybody asks, I know exactly who it was. I got the culprit. I found him. Trey Hansen on the free throw line with a 12-point lead, 57.9 to go. First one is up and good. 21 points for Trey Hansen. Again, they go with those 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals and 2 blocks. Second one rattles in as well. Tanagers 8 of 11 from the free throw line. EPJ 0 for 0. Swanson drives up and her lay-in is good. 23 points for Chase Swanson. Trey over to Cerny. Cerny's going to be fouled from behind. Third personal on Swanson. Again, playing the free throw game. Likely will not be playing the free throw game for much longer if Vermillion can keep shooting them, because with a 12-point lead and such little time left, I know you're playing for everything. You got to keep playing or else your season's over, but at some point, it is too little too late. Cerny airmails the first free throw. Might have slipped out of his hands a little bit there, but
yeah, he's getting even a little bit of flack from his own student section on that one.
Second one also short and no good. Rebound controlled by EPJ, who other than Swanson has it, bringing it up the front court. Swanson stops, spins back, kicks out. Van Rokel for 3. That one's off the side of the rim and no good. Rebound is controlled by Luke Jensen. Over to Trey, and Trey's mugged. He'll go back to the free throw line. That'll be the 5th personal foul on Ashton Fairbanks. He will foul out with 4 points, 3 rebounds, an assist, a steal, and a block in the ball game. That is how he will round out his superb high school basketball career. If you followed any basketball in this area of the state of South Dakota, you know that Ashton Fairbanks is synonymous with great basketball. Both student sections chanting that they want their own player to check in the ball game. First free throw off the mark for Trey. Wyatt Harity checks in. Grayson Gerard checks out, the 6-foot senior guard. Second free throw for Trey is up and good. 23 points, ties the game high. 54-41. Van Rokel to Swanson. Why not let her fly? That one's off back iron and no good. Rebound is loose, saved by Carter Hansen, but he chucks it up off the back of the backboard. Rattles the support poles around a little bit, rattles some cords, and possession will stay with EPJ. Now another sub in. Number 33, that's Benjamin Trudeau, and Chase Swanson will check out. 23 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist for him in the ball game to go along with his 2 steals. Quite the performance for the EPJ Huskies and the 5'9" senior guard.
Hats off to him. Busted his butt all night long. Didn't miss a beat, didn't leave anything behind.
Nick Schmitz, he'll drain a 3, 6 points for him. That is how the ball game will end. That'll get the EPJ student section all fired up. The Vermillion Tanagers survive and advance. They'll move on to the region semifinals Saturday at 1 o'clock up in Lenox with a score of 54-44. Here tonight, they also move to 18-3 on their season. For Elk Point and Jefferson, they will end their season 7-14 overall, and as the number 6 seed in the region. Again, 54-44 your final score here. Don't go anywhere. We got a full post-game show, scores and stats from this game, as well as scores from around the entire state of South Dakota, as well as look at some SODAC 16 games as well. That is all on the way next here on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV.
CoreCares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. CoreCares, proudly serving our community.
Jensen Kennels is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dogs. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
The best way to get through winter is to start planning for spring. And Grossenberg has new Honda walk-behind self-propelled mowers in stock. 3 models to choose from, residential up to commercial grade, starting at $900. Each mower features a powerful, reliable Honda GVC 200 engine, cruise control, and roto-stop technology that allows you to step away from the mower without stopping the engine. Get ready for spring with a new Honda mower from Grossenberg. Stop by one of our 9 locations today or go to grossenberg.com for more details.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back here inside the Birdcage. Tanagers get the region quarterfinal win over Elk Point Jefferson. Final score 54-44. They will survive and advance to play at Lennox 1 p.m. on Monday. That game will be on Lennox Orioles Activities, part of the Live Ticket TV family. Again, 54-44, your final score. First stats for the EPJ Huskies, who will end their season 7-14. Chase Swanson, 23 points, tied for the high score in the ball game. 3 rebounds, assist, and 2 steals for him. Behind him, Nick Schmitz with 6 points. Jake Grayson Gerard, 5 points and 5 rebounds. Ashton Fairbanks, 4 points, 3 rebounds. Landon Johnson, 4 points and 4 rebounds. And Aiden Hammett with 2 rebounds and 2 steals to round out their scoring. Ben Prouty and Brody Van Rokel with a couple rebounds apiece as well to round out the stat book. They scored 9 in the first, 11 in the second, 13 in the third, 11 in the fourth for their total of 44 points. Again, they end their season 7-14. Did not attempt a free throw here tonight. For the Vermillion Tanagers, 54 points. Their leading scorer was Trey Hansen. 23 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks in the ball game. Luke Jensen, 12 points and 4 rebounds to go with 2 steals as well. Carter Hansen, 8 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Again, so we'll talk about this here in a little bit, but Spencer Buley, as you noted, maybe didn't look like himself offensively in that second half. Did not score in that second half as well. Gabe Larson, 6 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 steals. Spencer Blanchette with 3 points, and Landon Cerny with 2 points, 6 rebounds, and an assist. Carson Pricer also with a rebound as well. They score 16 in the first, 16 in the second, 13 in the third, 9 in the fourth for their total of 54 points. They will move to 18-3 on the season. They will take on the Lennox Orioles again Saturday at 1 p.m. Now I turn it over to my broadcast partner, Spencer Buley. Spencer, it was back and forth, and dare I say, night and day compared to the first matchup we saw back on January the 21st, where it was 59-25 and an all-out domination by the Tanagers. maybe not exactly what we expected. We expect to be a good, close game, but it seemed like at many points in that ball game, EPJ had plenty of chances to cut it closer than 10. They just could not quite get it past that mark.
Yeah, first off, I mean, hats off to EPJ. I mean, they played a heck of a basketball game here tonight. I mean, I don't think they left anything behind. I think that this was about as competitive as a game as they could have made it. I mean, obviously they want to win, and they always have a chance to win, but at the same time, I mean, there's a tall task ahead of them, but they left everything out on the floor. I don't think you can hang your head at all as you walk off the court tonight, looking back on the way the back half of their season went, their last couple of games, coming in here and fighting like this. Hats off to them. For Vermillion, I do think that they did not meet their expectations tonight. I think that there is a lot better basketball to be played for them, but I do, in that sense, also think that, you know, it's almost like going back to opening night a little bit. First game of the playoffs, you got to knock off some nerves. You got to get yourself back rolling. So it's a big win. Any win in Region 4 is a big win, but hats off to them. Let's hear what Louis Budmeyer has to say about it.
Again, 54-44, your final score here inside the Birdcage for one final time this season. So I bring in, again, our always post-game interview, assistant coach Louis Budmeyer. And before we even talk about this game, let's talk about kind of the week-ish leading up to it. Obviously, this was originally scheduled for Tuesday, got pushed back a little bit, got moved around. It seemed like both teams very antsy to get back on the court here Thursday afternoon.
Yeah, that's what we talked about yesterday at practice. It's kind of it's an interesting thing to go through mentally as a kid and as a coaching staff too. Like, we have our usual prep practice on Monday, had our scouting report, we went through some of their stuff, like our normal routine every time, and then all of a sudden, just like that, okay, our game got moved. So, but the kids did an awesome job of adapting to that, because it's not easy. That's a hard thing to do. But we found a way, had a good practice yesterday. We told the guys at practice we weren't going to go up and down and play 5-on-5 because we want you guys starving for live action for tomorrow. And it came out that everybody was starving for action. It was a little ugly to start, but that's expected when you have adversities come your way or just not playing for a while. And at the end of the day, it's playoff basketball. Whatever you did in the regular season, every team is 0-0. EPJ, all credit to them. Holy cow, they came out fighting. Their new head coach this year did an awesome job with them this year. That team's better than a 7-win team. If you put them in any other region, I'd argue they'd be a top 4 seed in almost any other region. That's a good program down that way, and they played super hard. We got it up to 20 in the third quarter, and they got it down to 8 in the fourth quarter. That just shows the fight of EPJ, but we found a way to win. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, it seemed like, especially on the EPJ side, a completely different team than what we saw back in late January when we went down there to Elk Point. It just seemed like you guys went up early, kind of took care of business. Here you went up, then it was closer, then you went up and went closer again. And we heard from Coach Drake, obviously in the pregame, he said, this is a completely different team than 2 months ago. He said almost a little worried about it because they're going to come out hot, and that's exactly what they did. But you guys, you came out, obviously, like you said, maybe a little ugly at first, but kind of got a groove there in that second quarter, then went up big in that third quarter. Just seemed like everything was clicking. Yeah, it sure was. At times when our movement was good offensively and we were finishing in the paint, we were doing good things on offense. Our defense was up and down all night. Swanson, I was a kid that moved in. I don't know really much of his backstory, but he moved in with them this year. He's a senior. He gave us absolute fits tonight. The first game, he got a lot of good looks when we were at EPJ, and he didn't hit them, but he was getting the looks. He's a smooth player. He's a good basketball player. Gave us fits all night long. Ended up with 23, I think, or something like that. He kept him in the ball game, like when they were kind of holding on by a thread, you could say. When we were starting to, he kept hitting shots just to keep them in arm's length, and they kept battling. So yeah, it was an ugly one. But I mean, like I said, that's playoff basketball. It doesn't matter if you win by 1, 30, double overtime, triple overtime. Doesn't matter. All it matters is that you win in the end, survive and advance. Yeah, it's like you said, survive and advance. At points it got ugly, but like you kept saying too, is your defense that kept you in it. Seemed like when you went on that dry stretch a little bit there, I think it was 11-1 run that EPJ went on to cut it from 20 back down to 9 or 10-ish in there, but it just seemed like throughout the entire game, your defense just held strong. Yeah, it was good. When they went that run, it was the little things. It was this communication right in front of you up here. We had 2 guys on guy that didn't have the basketball, and left, I think it was Gerard, wide open in the corner, and he hit a 3. And then once the kids see they were struggling hitting shots, it's crazy how that's contagious. When you hit one, you can go on a barrage as a team. It kind of just breaks the ice, per se. So we kind of let them get going in that run. It was on us. But overall, I mean, I can't fault the kids for the fight both ways. That was 2 good teams going at it. So, yeah. Again, 54-44 the final score. We heard from Jay Drake earlier in the season. In his 17th season here, this is tied for his second-best regular season record of all time at 17-3. We knew it was possible, but coming off that Lennox loss, it seemed like, oh boy, this might be a rough one, but then he kind of caught a groove. Then there's only one loss after that one to Sioux Falls Christian. As you kind of look ahead, back up in Lennox, 1 o'clock on Saturday. They're going to be a really tough team, but it's at their place. You guys have some good luck up there past couple of years.
Yeah, we have been the last couple of years, and it's just our approach to the game. It's going to be a weird setting like we talked about with the schedule change. I mean, you're playing a Region 4 semifinal on a 1 o'clock on a Saturday. It's going to be kind of weird, but I'm kind of happy about it because we pride ourselves on handling adversity, and when things get different, we find a way to win a basketball game. We kind of already experienced it with a really good basketball team up at Madison with the Clash. When we played Sturgis up there, that's a really good basketball team. It was a 1 o'clock start, so it was kind of a nice thing to kind of already know the ins and outs of a 1 o'clock game and stuff. But I trust these kids, and I trust our program that we'll have the kids ready to go. The kids are ready to go, and we'll see what happens.
Again, congratulations on the big win, 54-44. Good luck on Saturday up in Lennox. And it's always going to be a good one. I might see if I can pull some strings and make my way up there as well because I think it's going to be a fun one to watch.
You better be up there, Cole.
But again, assistant coach Lewis Budmeyer, as always, thanks for joining us here on the Vermillion Tanagers Live post-game show. Like we kept alluding to, a bit of a different schedule as, again, this game was scheduled to be played on Tuesday, got pushed back to Thursday. There's some regions, actually a lot of regions across the state, playing Friday and then Saturday because you can't play it Wednesday and you can't play it Sunday in South Dakota, so you're running on a days to get it. But after this, not really, I don't want to call it a big win, basically just the point spread, but big win for momentum. Get them back out there on the court, get them a feel for it because it's going to be a quick turnaround and going back up to a really good team in Lennox. You lost to them pretty badly here in the Birdcage. Back up there in Lennox now on Saturday. It's going to be an interesting ball game up there.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I always say it's really hard, especially in a rivalry, to beat the same team twice in a row, especially if it seems like in competitive sports you beat a team once in the regular season, they come back and beat you in the playoffs or something like that. So I'm excited to see whether Vermillion can live up to that. I think it's going to be their most competitive game of the year. I mean, it's just they're a different team than the last time they played. And I do think that, as I was saying before we had Coach Budmeyer on the headset, it's tough your first playoff game. You finished the season with 2 not very competitive games. You've kind of been sleeping a little bit. You haven't really been in the feel of battle. And I think that was the takeaway of tonight was let's survive, let's get through this thing. Go up to Lennox, man, have a dogfight up there next.
The motto of March, Spencer Buley, survive and advance. They survive here tonight. 10-point win. Again, at one point they're up 20. They're back down to 9 there for a little bit. Got the win here tonight. They will take on a Lennox team, like you said, aside from the end of their regular season where they beat Dakota Valley in Dakota Valley, they played Canton and beat them by 45. So maybe they're not going to be quite ready for it. It's going to be a quick turnaround for them as well. And I believe these numbers are probably not going to be right, but I believe Connor Rohrig told me before our football officiating class on Monday, it was either 3 out of the last 4 or 5 out of the last 6 times Vermillion has played at Lennox. They have, quote, upset them at Lennox. Last season was the region semifinals in an overtime battle up there in Lennox. That'll be a fun one to watch on Saturday.
Looking forward to it. I mean, it's going to be, man, you just can't ask for much more in a playoff game. So that's going to be a heck of a game, especially to go have it on a Saturday, have some fun out there.
Again, the region semifinals are now set here in Region 4. Number 1, Sioux Falls Christian will host number 4, Dakota Valley, as Dakota Valley got the big win over Beresford. I believe 84-77 was that one. Lennox, number 2, will host number 3, Vermillion. As we take a look at some of the other boys' scores from the state, again, not very many boys' games being played today because of the big SODAC 16 games on the girls' side being played. Del Rapids defeats Dakota Valley. Baltic defeats Garrettson. And McCook Central Montrose leads Parker right now, 26-20. On the girls' side of things, in the SODAC 16, Aberdeen Roncalli leads Mount Vernon Plankington 24-16. That's a game I'll be watching for the rest of the night. And then Centerville and Fulton area have not yet tipped off up in Madison. Spencer, for one final time here in the Birdcage, it was another big win for Vermillion.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. I mean, this team is fun to watch. We're not doing the Lennox game, so hopefully they make it through. We can see them around in the playoffs here. But, man, this team is good. It's a special team, and they've got a bright future ahead of them here in this playoff run.
Again, 54-44 your final score from here inside the birdcage. Again, for one final time here on Vermillion Tanagers Live for the basketball season, unless the boys get a win on Saturday, we will go to the Sodak 16 game on Tuesday here on Vermillion Tanagers Live. But I want to thank Spencer, I want to thank Charlie, I want to thank Heath, even Joe Van Gore for helping us out here on Vermillion Tanagers Live. I've been Cole Larsch. Thank you for tuning in throughout the entire basketball season. Be sure to tune into that game on Saturday up in Lennox. John Kirchner will have the call for you on Lennox Orioles Live. But until then, please have a safe and warm weekend. Try to avoid as much snow as possible, and we'll hope to see you on Tuesday for the Sodak 16 here on Vermillion Tanagers Live.